This is verse 52 of the 13th chapter, Gospel of Matthew. Jesus making some concluding remarks that are connected to the parables that he's just told and the question that he put to his disciples, have you understood these things? And they answer yes. And Jesus makes this interesting comment in a concluding manner. So we have ho, this is the definite article that can sometimes stand for the pronoun, which it does here. So we would render it he. Apen said, this is the aorist of lego, I say. Second aorist, of course, it's third person singular, aorist, active, indicative, postpositive, but he said, autois, indirect object to them, dative, masculine, plural. Dia, with the accusative, means on account of or because of, so because of tuto, this, demonstrative pronoun, in the accusative, neuter, singular. On account of this, pas, pas from pas, pasa, pon, means all or every. In the case of the singular that we have here, it's going to be better rendered all, so, or every, I should say, better rendered every. So every grammatus, the word for scribe, every scribe, matheteuthes, this is from mathetuo, of course you know the word mathetes, which is the word disciple, this would be literally discipled, mathetuo, to be discipled or to be instructed. This is a participle, it's an aorist passive participle, having been instructed, masculine singular nominative to modify grammatus here. So every scribe having been instructed, dative of reference with respect to te, this is the feminine dative singular, te basileia, the kingdom, ton urinon, of the heavens. So every scribe instructed in connection with the kingdom of heaven. Homoios, this is adjective, it means like, similar to, and it usually takes the dative of reference, in this case a kind of predicate dative, you might say, is like, estin, anthropo, a man, and then modifying it, oiko despote. This is, of course, oiko for house, despot, you know, is a ruler over a house. So he's like a house, the ruler of a house, or the head of a household, is the idea. And so every scribe who is instructed, of course, not every scribe was instructed in the kingdom of heaven. Most of them were hostile, but Jesus, in a sense, describing the ideal scribe, and expanded, I suppose, beyond that to anyone who is a true student, a true serious student of the teachings that come with respect to the kingdom of heaven, he says, is like a man who's a householder. And then concerning that man, hostess, relative pronoun who, ekbale, rather a dramatic word from ekbalo, means to bring out or cast out, literally. So this is the third person singular, present active indicative, who casts out or brings out, puts out, ek, out of, to thesauru, out of the treasure. We've looked at this word a little bit before, the treasure in the field, that sort of thing. Well, he brings out of his treasure, out to. This is the possessive pronoun, brings out of his treasure, and then two kinds of things. Kaina, adjective, means new. Kai palea, as in paleontology, means old. So he brings out of his treasure things new and things old. Probably the best view of this is that if a person becomes a student of the kingdom of heaven, which was a new idea, you see, Jesus comes on the scene announcing the kingdom, and it is not exactly what people have been anticipating. And yet now, as they sort of triangulate their view of the new kingdom that they're learning about, they see that it actually is connected deeply to what they already knew. The Apostle Paul was converted on the road to Damascus, and of course, immediately he has this amazing epiphany, a supernatural vision and view of Christ, and it changes everything. But then he spends 3 years out in the desert, and I suppose what he's doing is the very thing described here. He's drawing the connections between this new insight that he has about Jesus and all the things that he already knew. He was an expert in the law, and yet probably felt like he'd always been blind to what the law had said. He's bringing out of his treasure things new concerning the kingdom of heaven, and yet things at the same time that were ancient, had been well known by him for many years.